Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed.
We must gather information from Agabus Phil.
All right.
And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she...
Very well.
I knew I could. We need to know how they are. Meet me here after. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until the note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some... But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give. And my dearest...
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us.
I shall do all I can to...
Very well. Here's the note I received.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you.
Revelio.
I hope it's not too late.
Now, find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Miss... I wondered if I might speak with you about...
Tragic, but I feared...
If you had spoken out against him, as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps, but...
You said that Harlow committed an act...
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, as a surprise for her birthday, one day Harlow came calling. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my house. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entrance. I was shaken to my...
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again.
I suppose Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take...
Mr. Dibble, may I...
I've nothing to say about him.
Please, sir.
You know the Bickles?
I know Mr. Hill.
Oh, he's a good man. It started a few weeks ago. I had the note behind the counter and offered it. I went into the store.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my...
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. He said, your secret is safe as long as I can supply. I've been able to cover, but I can't keep it out for much longer.
Thank you for telling me.
I would love nothing. As for Rosie's...
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio!
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Natty must have been taken this way. The footprints led to this room. Way forward. Revelio! Accio! Revelio! Accio! A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find... Revelio. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
You seen that girl this way? Ambulance coming for her. We ought to just kill her.
Harlow says her friend will be reckless enough. He wants them alive.
Revelio.
Student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Just keep an eye out.
Do you remember the first life you took? Can't say I do. All a bit of a blur at this point.
What are you? Your courage in a parlor.
Bombarda!
I'm just warming up.
God wants them lights
Hardly felt it. Flash!
At least
Bombarder! Your turn to regret. Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! Compulso! Accio! Bombarda! Confringo! Revelio! Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
Terminus Expulso! Bombarda! Expulso! Compulso! On the lookout! You're not that match for me. Bombarda! Stupid one. Revelio. The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Revelio. Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you would bring us and help us. Speak to Mr. Ray. He will tell you what you need to do.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife.
Worried about you.
I am all right. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Revelio. Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found you.
Well done. Now, you best...
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Revelio.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still...
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also...
I appreciate what you're trying to do.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
There you are.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized...
What do you mean?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house. She said they took the whole place up.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right.
I should have known. And now another.
What do you mean?
One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place.
I take it you aren't going to let the
Gran wants me to stay out of it. But I know she's devastated that poachers might go... We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved...
We need allies.
Merlin's beard! You're a genius!
Sounds as if we...
We'll need to be careful in how... Still, I think they may... I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Mother's rolling in her grave, she is.
I have...
Nothing to...
Actually, sir,
What?
you know, small...
Catelyn was the... But... Well,
I'm sorry, Mr.
it was Catherine's. Glad I'll be able to look my neighbours in the
Revelio.
eye now. Pity about that heirloom, though.
Aloha, Mora. Revelio.
Good thing the Ministry banned underage sorcery.
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
Professor Fig, the Keepers...
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for... And I discovered that Professor Fitzgerald's...
I see.
And, sir...
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. He liked her so much.
I don't know what to say. I want to hear more of this. And
Believe it or not,
incredible. All right. You'll need the...
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say... Now, time is of the essence. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change.
I see.
Leave him to me. I shall tell him.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from...
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Professor, a moment of your... Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... You'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets the...
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the future of the wizarding world.
What could the headmaster want?
Gareth! Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course.
I'm looking...
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago.
I hear you're getting quite... I say, why don't you bring a sample of your next batch to my office?
What?
On your way, Miss...
Well, there's one for my diary.
I wonder almost daily why I...
Headmaster? What could he want?
Mr. Gaunt!
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way out.
Taking the day off, eh?
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes! Mixed with, bubo tuber pus makes a fine...
Are you feeling all right, sir?
I assure you, I am quite healthy. Stand proud.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
I should think you'd have better things to do with your time. Now, where's my elf?
Good day, Professor. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along. Miss Broom!
Oh, Professor, this is in,
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll...
Well, they're as good as invisible to me, sir. Rotten little...
What was that, Broom?
Nothing, sir.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their to confronting Ranrock's loyal...
What? Goodness. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Good. Good.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never...
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope.
Ahem! Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master, no.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you. The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
It's me, Gareth.
Were you calling me, Gareth?
I was, after you helped me with that fupa feather. You see, I have an idea for a fizzing...
You and your concoctions.
It's a gift, truly. So, I suspect the key ingredient in... I'd get them myself, but my Aunt Matilda has her eye on me. Thinks I need to... I was hoping you could follow a secret passage to Honeydew...
Of course. You never know when you...
Brilliant, thank you. The passage is hidden behind the statue of a one-eyed witch in the third-floor corridor.
Couldn't you have someone buy?
They're not for sale, and you never... So, the
I'll see what I...
Fair enough. Perhaps I can convince a meat to help me with my...
I'll need to get those dried billywigs things for Gareth if he's to finish his latest concoction. A one-eyed witch statue shouldn't be too hard to find.
Levioso!
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we meet?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so...
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell.
I suppose they are known for...
That's exactly the right...
What is it? Speaking of secrets, I do want to tell you why... And Ranrock's after something Fig had a port key that led us there after the dragon.
Goodness. Well, that's... Of course, I'll guard your secret.
We'll simply be honest with them about what...
Yes, of course. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
He could have been a bit clearer, or stayed a moment and answered our questions.
Centaurs can be cryptic. Gran says no one talks more. It is a shame how quickly he left.
That's what the leader of the herd...
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I can head to the library and... I'll let you know what I find.
An astronomy table. Should prove useful once the sun's down. This looks like the right statue. Now, what was the password? Descendium! Goodness. Who knew this was all down here? A lift. Must be how I get... It's broken. That seems to have done the trick. This castle will never cease to surprise me. I'm trapped. How am I supposed to get out of here? Revelio. Descendo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. If I could lift this platform, I think I could get it to work. Leviosa! I'm going to have to get past this. Revelio! Leviosa!
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Raven Eye from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
Leviosa! Revelio! Reparo! Leviosa! Confringo! Reparo! One more to go and I'll make it across. Leviosa! Something is getting in the way of that platform. Leviosa! Perhaps I should cast Accio to get that frame out of the way first. Accio! Leviosa! Aha! Got it. This must be the way out. I need to find a way to open that gate. Something smells sweet. Must be close to Honeydukes. Honeydukes? I can smell the chocolate. Now, where would I find the dried billywig stings for Gareth? Revelio! I have the dried billywig stings. Now back to Gareth. I can only imagine how his new recipe's going to turn out. Hogsmeade, here I come.
Hello, you got them?
Getting them was more work than I expected. I'd like to be paid for my time.
Course. Didn't think it would be that much trouble, but I'm happy to pay for your help. Thank you again. I'll let you know when I've brewed my first batch of fizzing whizbeer.